What's going on? It's the Green Dot Whisperer, and welcome to my channel, my YouTube channel. And today we're going to do a stock analysis on a company that was brought to my attention, and that was AITX, Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. And this is a penny stock, OTC stock. So if you're trading on Webull, you will not be able to trade it there. You need a platform like Thinkorswim or E-Trade or Ally. They all allow you to trade OTC stocks. So with that being said, let's dive in to what I see on the charts. Now, this I want to start with the biggest time frame. When I analyze a stock, I go from top to bottom. So talking about month chart all the way down to, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm swing trading, I only go down to the day charts. If I'm day trading, then I use the hour charts and the minute charts. But right here we are on the weekly, and on the weekly we have a green dot on the wave trend oscillator. Now this wave trend oscillator, what it does is it measures momentum on which way it's going, up or down. So here, this blue wave was momentum going down. As you can see, the red that represents red volume, basically people shorting it. So, but now it looks like the pain is over with, because we printed a green dot on the weekly, and people that have been subscribed to this channel a long time, or people that are in my Telegram group, it's a free group of traders, chart champions, where we go and discuss our ideas and help each other grow as in knowledge and to increase our profit margins, basically. So feel free to join that. There's a description. There's a link in the description below. But what I'm pointing out is this is one of the strategies that we use. This is the MACD, right? And in the week chart, as you can see, that it's come from the depths. It's raising up from the bottom, and it's finally close to the histogram here to cut through it. And that cut through is gonna equal out to a major move, to a major bar, a nice green candle. But take in mind that this is the week chart. This week chart might take 2 to 3 weeks to play out. So let's move down further into smaller time frames to see what's going to happen in the more recent future. Because like I said, the week chart could keep going for 2-3 weeks. So let's see. All right, so this is a cleaner picture of your MACD here. And I'm gonna show you this side. So, because like I said, when the MACD crosses either way, up or down, it's gonna be a major move. So let's point out this section right here to see what kind of fall that was. There's a penny chart, so you really got to expand the chart so you can see the bars. So without even looking at my MACD, I know it has to be either one of these areas right here when it crossed down, because it was a power play. So you could see it right there. Yep, right here. This was the beginning of the cross. This is when the two lines started crossing down, and you can see the descending area. And over here, you're already below. This is when it finished cutting through the histogram. And as you can see, it was a descending pattern. So, and it's been on a descending pattern for quite a while under the histogram of the MACD. But as you can see right here, the lines cross, and when we cross on the MACD, they call that a bullish diversion. So the MACD has a bullish diversion. And as we move down further, you're going to see that it is catching steam up to the going to the upside, and the RSI is at the 50 level, which is still fair value. That was another thing I wanted to point out on the week chart. This is the week chart again. On the week chart, we're oversold basically. This is super cheap, so super in value territory. Hasn't even gone into the fair value side, which is really at the 50-point level of the RSI. That's where the day chart is, pretty much the 2-day chart. You see that? It's approaching to that fair value area, and the day chart already surpassed it. All right, so here we go. This is important because we just closed. It's about to close. The market's about to close. It's about to be 4 o'clock. So this is the day chart, the 24-hour chart. All right, and everyone that's been part of this channel already knows what this represents right here. This yellow bubble on the wave oscillator is VWAP. So VWAP brings power to either direction. If we print a red dot right here, now that's a powerful sell-off. That could break to the downside. Is it going to do that? Well, we need to dig down even deeper to find out where is it going to go. But as you can see, the MACD is slowly but surely approaching that histogram. If you take one thing away from this video, keep your eye on that MACD and histogram, and so you could realize the power plays when both of those signal lines go through that. Because in the smaller charts, what we're going to focus into is going to be the EMAs, because the EMAs is telling us a story right now. See, this is a 4-hour chart. So the market's about to close. So maybe post-market or the next trading day, this is going to experience a small fall. It hit the resistant level of the 100-day EMA right now. So that's I always preach that the EMAs, I use EMA ribbon pretty much. I use Fibonacci numbers. EMA for a 3 EMA, 6 EMA, 13, 34, 50, 100, and 200-day EMA. So I put all those different EMAs in here, represented by all these different color lines, and they act as support and resistance. So this is a 100-day EMA, which is a bigger EMA. So of course it's going to be a strong resistance. It's going to take a little fighting through that area. And it printed the red dot on the 4-hour, and it might cross down. So let's keep on going. But all right, see the stock is in a upward trend. No matter what it does, it's going to meet resistance. It's going to have little places that it has to fight and break through, but it's breaking through. It's successfully doing it. And this is where we could see that when we go down to the 1-hour chart. The orange line is the most important EMA because it's the biggest one. It's the 200-day EMA. And this is the 34, this is the 50, and the 100. Now, my mentor that taught me how to trade taught me a strategy on how basically the EMAs are creating a launching pad when they get into chronological order. When you have the 200, then the 150, 34, all in correct order, as you can see here, the 34 just broke up. The 50 and the 100 is trying to go above that 200-day EMA. Now, when these successfully get in order, in chronological order, that is a launching pad. That is full bullish momentum to the upside. Let's keep going down. As you can see, this is where we determine the bullishness. This is where I could say it's bullish. Green dot supported by the VWAP. Remember I said that's a power play, so that's going to go to the upside. And over here, you could see all the EMAs already got into chronological order. You got your 200, your 100, your 50, 34, and then your 13, 6, and 3. This is what you want to see, but you want to see the same exact picture on the bigger chart. If your day chart gets like that, as you can see, this is all out of whack. It's still trying to march into place. But if you do that, you're going to see prices well above your penny. It might actually go to $1. Let's bring up some more indicators to help us find targets, basically. So over here, this is a swing indicator. You can see this is they would call this the bottom, basically over here at 2 cents. And you could see it wick that price of 2 cents on the 16th of August. And it's calling this area right here the point of resistance where it's going to slow down basically. And that's a nickel 73. And you could, yeah, it's definitely going to have some struggles around here because look at it's kind of what we saw on the 4 hour chart already. And that's the 100-day EMA, and the 4 hour chart is trying to reject it. As you can see, red dot trying to go down, trying to reject it. And is that going to happen on the day chart? Well, we have this point of resistance over here by the swing indicator showing us. Let's use another one that I like better, actually. This is called the pivot point standards indicator. Highlights different support and resistant areas. And look, it's right about the same area, right at that nickel, the nickel 50 cents area. There's going to be a little struggling to fight through it. Hopefully, I'm rooting for you guys. So hopefully you break straight through that resistance area and, you keep climbing to these higher targets. The higher targets being 6 cents, 6 cents and 85, 7 cents. And the top target will be at 9 cents, almost 10 cents, guys. Right? This chart is looking good. Like I said, you need to keep fighting up. Don't print a red dot here because that would be a major fall. And you need to see this successfully go through the histogram on the day chart, and you will experience a beautiful pump. And as far as the smaller time frames go, it's possible. It might happen. So you don't want this to cross down and go under. But even if it does, you want to see it get supported by that 34 and so on. I would want to see it get supported by that first one right there, 34, because you don't want to see this go through. That would be a major, not a major drop because it's a smaller time frame. So these things happen on a bigger effect on the bigger time frames. So your 30-minute chart is something you would use for the next to predict the movement for the next hour or two. Like I said, the week chart lasts 2 to 3 weeks before it plays out. A 30-minute chart could play out in 2-3 hours. So this is just seeing the picture of all the time frames. It's called multi-time frames analysis. So this is the longer term picture. On the long term, I'm going to say that this has a lot of good momentum going up. And I haven't studied all the fundamentals. This is just what I see on the plain naked charts. But as far as the things that I've heard about fundamentals, this stock is doing everything correct in order to, make their shareholders some money. So I wish you guys the best. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on the direction and momentum. And feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll keep bringing you more content. Leave a comment down below. Ask any question you want, and I will be more than happy to answer those. All right, guys. Thank you, and I wish you the best with your stock trading. God bless. Bye-bye.